Okay, this is a presentation on installing Bolt by David Miller. Okay, this is an adaptation of a video and a PowerPoint that I was given for a conference, an online workshop that I did this past Tuesday. After hours of trying to set up a 45-minute to an hour-long system for Bolt, setting up VS Code and some other things, finding out that the nodes command was depreciated in Bolt 2.0, and there were several other errors as we went along. I developed this, and I'm giving credit to Paul Reed, the Senior Solutions Engineer at Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And Paul's email address is here. The revision date of his video and PowerPoint was 4/12/2019. I edited this to present how to install and configure Bolt on a Windows system. I corrected the issue with using the -- nodes command, which is depreciated in Bolt 2. Okay, the table of contents. What is Bolt? What is a Bolt workshop? What is the purpose of this guide? What are the workshop requirements? And we have 5 prerequisite labs, which I'll go over next. We've got lab 1, which is installing Bolt. We have 2, running a simple command with Bolt. Lab 3 is installing Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Lab 4 is installing the Puppet Development Kit, or PDK. And Lab 5 is configuring the VS Code for use with the Puppet extension and Puppet PDK. Okay, what is Bolt? Bolt is an open source, agentless, multi-platform automation tool that makes it easy to get started with or scale up an infrastructure automation. Automate simple one-off tasks or create shareable, reusable workflows in any language without agent software or prior Puppet knowledge. What is a Bolt workshop? In a Bolt workshop, you'll learn how to execute simple commands across a fleet of Windows and Linux hosts, run existing scripts, turn them into Bolt tasks, and tie it all together with a Bolt plan to start automating your tasks right away. Okay, what is the purpose of this guide? This guide will provide you with the necessary instructions to complete all the required prerequisites for a Bolt workshop. It is expected that all workshop participants will have completed this work prior to the start of the workshop. You will need to use the same workstation in the workshop that you used to complete the prerequisites. Okay. Workshop requirements continued. Microsoft VS Code or other capable editor of choice for writing scripts, Bolt tasks, and Bolt plans. You will be familiar with using this tool in the workshop, but if you're unfamiliar with other tools, or if you are familiar with other tools and the use of integrated source code Git commands, you can use another preference. If you run into troubleshoot and use your own tools during the workshop, we won't have time to help you troubleshoot any related issues. Internet access for your workstation. If you're behind a firewall, either software or on your workstation or corporate hardware device, you need an outbound access enabled. We will be using remote targets that are in the cloud. You will need to be able to access them. Now, for this particular workshop, they gave us a Linux and a Windows PC, virtual machine, setting out on the Amazon cloud. Okay, and we had to go in and run our commands against these machines. Now, for our purposes, I will set those up in the future. Hopefully we can integrate this into our management class and some other classes. John Lafferty and some of the others from Bolt are more than willing to do this type of workshop with us. This was a mini workshop. It was 2 hours. The more common workshop is 4 hours long. They condensed this down just for us and for some other people. Okay, Puppet Bolt installation on your workstation will show you how to download, install with this guide. Make sure you have it up and running prior to the workshop, and a burning desire to automate away soul-crushing things. Okay. 4. Workshop requirements. In order for the workshop to run smoothly, we're asking for a little bit of prep work. Before the workshop, you need to a Windows or a Mac Linux workstation to use. Choose any you're comfortable with. We'll provide a Linux and Windows target host for the exercise during the actual workshop. The Puppet Development Kit, or PDK. This kit will provide the necessary framework for developing bolt tasks, bolt plans, and extremely handy as you progress on your journey toward more complex automation. Prerequisite labs. In order to complete the preparation for the bolt workshop, the following labs are designed to be run locally from your workstation. You will need just same workstation for the actual workshop. Please complete all labs in this guide prior to your start of the bolt workshop. Okay, now lab 1, it's required to have bolt installed and functional prior to the start of the workshop. This will ensure we get the maximum benefit, the maximum use of our time during the workshop to explore all the possibility